Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of Backwards at Home Cocktails. My name is Tani. This week is techniques. So I have been tasked with showing you garnishes. Garnishes are super important to the drinks. You should definitely think about garnishes when you're creating drinks of your own or making drinks at home. Garnishes are meant to complement and enhance the flavors in a drink by stimulating the nerves in your nose and your mouth. Garnishes are decorative ornaments that add character to a mixed drink, most notably cocktails. They are meant to complement and enhance the flavor because when you get a cocktail, the first thing that you do is you're gonna put your nose down to it and you're gonna smell it and you're gonna look at it. Some garnishes are essential to the drink or are readily identified with the drink, like mint and lime with mojitos, a big old pluming vegetable garnish with a Bloody Mary, maybe a big old slab of bacon on there, some peppers, celery, carrots, you name it. Garnishes are meant to provide visual appeal. You're looking at the drink, you're looking at it first and foremost, so that's what matters. How it looks is important. You're also going to be smelling it. Before you take a drink of it, it comes up to your nose. When you're choosing garnishes, it's important to note the flavor elements in your cocktail. Like, I wouldn't put sesame seeds on something that sesame seeds don't belong. You know what I mean? I've got some examples of cocktail garnishes in front of me. I'm going to show you some techniques. I'm going to show you up close and personal with just my hands and a voiceover, so that'll be fun. Real quick, I'm just going to give you some examples. We're going to classify garnishes into two different categories. We've got edible garnishes and inedible garnishes. A lot of different things that you can do. It's really, the world is your oyster. You can have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to do a lot of citrus examples because those are the easiest to mess around with. I'm gonna riddle off a few that I'm not gonna like demonstrate, but just you can look around your house and find all sorts of things to use. So just a few examples of edible garnishes. We have, like I said before, vegetables that you can put on Bloody Marys. We've got like celery, carrots, peppers. You can really have fun with this. You can do all sorts of rims on Bloody Marys, bacon. Some people put Slim Jims. I've seen entire burgers, entire meals on top of Bloody Marys. Like, Bloody Marys should be their own food group. Fight me. Next up, we have cherries. It's around here somewhere for a photo shoot, but I don't know what I did with them. So cherries, readily identified with Manhattans, you know, milkshakes. So I'm gonna find those. Herbs and spices. It's not Colonel Sanders herbs and spices, but we have a whole lineup here of things that you can use either in cocktails, on top of cocktails. One of our favorites down at Backwards is nutmeg. We put nutmeg on so many things because it's so good. Let's see, we've got some pumpkin pie spice, super essential for garnishing on top of the Mr. Grimaldi. Cinnamon, nutmeg, sesame seed, sea salt, and pepper. These are just what I had in my little spice cabinet. So you can also consider grate some chocolate over your cocktails. We can do graham crackers, sprinkles. Some hot cocoa mix. We do that for the two-horned rhinoceros. Of course, we have to mention cocktail olives and onions, essential for martinis. Olives have such a wide range too that you can mess around with. We use the Kalamata olives in the Hugo Zacchini. You can get Hugo Zacchini kits. They're super cool. I don't know when they'll be available again, but they will be. Bitters, super important. We like to utilize bitters in egg white cocktails because the bitters have such a strong aromatic profile that they kind of cancel out the smell of egg whites because egg whites truthfully don't smell that great. Another all-star VIP is the pineapple. Pineapple is super essential in tiki drinks and all sorts of tropical drinks. You can use leaves, you can use little chunks that you cut with the skin on, skin off. You can do all sorts of designs. The options are truly endless. We also dehydrate pineapple rings and use those, which is a super fun. Dip them in chocolate and voila, you got the Mamie Ashton. Whipped cream. Whipped cream is also an essential garnish. Hot chocolate, hello. How else are you supposed to drink hot chocolate with marshmallows? No, you need whipped cream. So that's pretty much like my list of edible things. You can see all sorts of inedible cocktail things around this little ditty right here. We've got some flowers, we've got a little pinwheel, we've got one skull, we've got an umbrella. Straws, necessary in a lot of cocktails. Some of them are in super deep glasses. Some skewers. Toothpicks work just fine. We're gonna go do some technique stuff. We're gonna have fun with this. I'm excited. Hey guys, it's me behind the camera. You're gonna wanna start things off with a cutting surface. I've got my marble board here. You're gonna want to get yourself a big knife for like grapefruits, oranges, and then a small knife for lemons and limes. Y peeler, excellent for peeling off the skins to express the oils. Scissors for fine trimming and cutting. So let's get started. You're gonna want to grab one of your freshly washed grapefruits or whatever citrus you have on hand. For this demonstration, I'm gonna use the peeler. We're gonna grab a long section of this grapefruit. Use your thumb to guide yourself around. Grab your scissors next, and we're gonna trim this up. For this one side, we're gonna make a very long curled one. I would normally use a bar spoon, but I didn't have my bar spoon next to me, so I just did this one by hand, as you can see. Next up, we're gonna do a thicker one so that we can express the oils out of it. I use my knife, my very dull knife, to trim this one up so it's a little bit thicker and looks a little bit nicer. I'm gonna show you up close the oils. You can kind of see there. You can kind of see them kind of coming out of the peel there. Next up, we are gonna get another long section of this grapefruit so that we can make a rose. So you're gonna peel a long one, start twisting it up. Once you've got it all the way twisted up, make sure your middle doesn't go shooting out, and then stick a toothpick through it. This is a super easy garnish to make happen. So next up, we have my arch nemesis, the mandolin. I didn't recommend this as a tool because it's so dangerous. The very first time I used it, I sliced the tip of my finger off. If you got one, be careful with it. If you don't, use a knife. I didn't show me actually cutting the limes because it made my camera shake, so here's just me attaching it to the safety and adjusting the thickness of my limes. I did a couple different variations of thickness. Obviously, the very thin ones didn't really turn out. The thickest variety are the best for garnishing on the edge of your glass because they stay up. This one is probably the best for dehydrating because it's not as thin as these, which clearly did not work at all. Next up, we have two different variations of lemon wedges. I'm an expert on lemon wedges after years of being a server and cutting lemons for millions and millions of waters. First up, we have the little triangle wedges. These are the best for extracting juice out of the lemon or citrus for any drink that you're using, as opposed to this other variety, which is more for flair and style. I already cut a little slice in these, so they are ready to go for all the waters. Next up, we're gonna do some dehydrated oranges. 200 degrees in the oven, and you're gonna cook these for 2 to 3 hours and all the way up to 4.5 hours, depending on the size of the fruit and the thickness of the fruit. These are blood orange dried slices. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get blood oranges anymore, but oh my god, they're so pretty. There you have it, guys. That's 7 different ways to do your citrus garnishes. I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. We're going back.
Thanks for listening to me ramble about garnishes for who knows how long. Too long, as per usual. I would like to give a big shout out to everybody that has come through for pickup cocktail and curbside service. You guys have been awesome. We're doing it on Wednesdays and Saturdays now, so keep an eye on our Facebook page. That has the most up-to-date information. So if you're not on our Facebook page, you're truly missing out. You can also catch us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok now. I will link those pages somewhere on here. You'll see them. They'll be on here somewhere. Have fun garnishing your drinks, friends. Sky's the limit. I have faith in you. Show me your garnish drinks in the comments below. I'd just like to say, miss everybody. We can't wait for the tasting room to open back up. Until then, everybody stay safe. Great. Now I gotta carry all this back upstairs. So much stuff.